Alright, good evening po sa inyong lahat. Back there in the Philippines, good morning, coming here from where I am. At maaaring good afternoon sa iba naman po nating mga kaguro na nasa ibang parte pa ng mundo. Alright, today is August 23rd and of course we are back with another discussion of our general education and professional education items. We are still going to have 20 items for GenEd and 20 items for professional education. Bago po natin simulan ang ating discussion, we will of course first start with our opening prayer, ang ating panimulang panalangin na inihanda po ng isa sa ating mga kaguro na si Ma'am Eunice Carbajal.
Bago tayo tumungo sa pagsagot ng ilang mga item, tayo munang yumuko, pumikit, panandaliang ihinto ang ating mga ginagawa at tumuon sa panalangin. Sabayan natin. Panginoon, maraming salamat po sa lahat ng biyayang pinagkakaloob mo sa amin at patawad sa lahat ng mga nagagawa namin kasalanan sa iyo. Sa pagkakataong ito, lubos ka po naming pinasasalamatan sa buhay ni Ma'am Nick na ginagamit mo para kami tulungan sa paghahanda sa board exam sa susunod na taon. Panalangin po namin na patuloy niyo nga po siyang gabayan doon sa South Carolina, USA at ikaw nga rin po yung patuloy na magbigay sa kanya ng talino at ng maayos na pangangatawan nang sa ganun Panginoon ay patuloy niyang maturuan ng maayos ang mga batang pinipiliin niya. Panginoon, salamat sa pagkakataon na matuto muli ngayong araw at hayaan mo nga po na maging handa ang aming puso't isipan sa mga item na tatalakayin. Hindi lang namin ito sagutan ng basta-basta, kundi Panginoon, matuto din po kami sa mga pagkakamali. At hindi lang din po namin sayangin, Panginoon, yung pagkakataon na matuto. Huwag kaming maging mapagkunwari sa aming sarili in terms of checking ourselves, Panginoon. We pray na gawin po namin yung nararapat at hayaan mo nga po na sa mga matututunan po namin ay tumutak po ito sa aming isipan at sa mga first-timer din po na makakasama namin ngayong gabi at sa mga makakasama muli namin ngayong gabi. We pray na kahit na hindi po kami face-to-face na nagkakakita, we pray na magkaroon po kami ng pagkakahinlandan din sa isa't isa habang sumasagot sa mga item na ibabato sa aming moment this evening. Muli Panginoon, maraming salamat sa lahat ng biyaya na binibigay mo sa bawat isa sa amin. Panatilihin mo po kaming ligtas at malakas at ikaw na nga po yung gumabay sa bawat isa sa amin sa araw-araw. Panginoon, sa inyo ko na nga po itinataas ang lahat ng ito. Pinupuri ka po namin at pinasasalamatan ngayong gabi. And this we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Okay, so sa muli atin pong pinasasalamatan si Ma'am Eunice Carbajal, yung nag-prepare po ng ating panimulang panalangin, pati na rin po ng ating closing prayer later. And of course, we would also like to thank si Pastor Efren kahapon. Okay, so si Pastor Efren po at si Ma'am Eunice, sila po ay nag-volunteer talaga na sila yung maging in charge sa ating mga prayers. Sa kada gabing meron po tayong live stream. Okay, so sa muli, maraming salamat po, Pastor Efren, and of course, Ma'am Eunice Carbajal. All right, so again, we start with our discussion, but before that, if you are still not members of GROW, okay, sa mga hindi pa po members ng GROW, no, yung ating pong promo na 250 pesos na promo natin na binigay sa inyo na good for 1 week, ay natapos na po siya ngayong araw, no, so today is already August 23rd. So, tapos na po yung ating promo. And so, by tomorrow, balik na po tayo sa 500. Okay? So, again, if you are still not member of Grow, Grow is Gurong Pinoy Review Online Work Group. So, make sure that you become member of Grow. Again, your payment is back to 500 pesos. It's just 500 pesos one-time payment. Not 5,000, not monthly payment. It's just one-time payment. And that's good until the day that you take the LEP. Okay, so you don't need to pay po every day or every month. I mean, you don't need to pay another time, but that's the only time that you pay. Okay, so starting tomorrow, we're back at 500 pesos only. All right, so again, the details are on your screen. And if you're done with that, we'll start with question number 1, GenEd. Again, please write your scores and please be honest. Sabi nga ni Ma'am Eunice, no, please be honest in checking your scores. All right, we start with question number 1, general education. The jeepney drivers went on strike. They did not go for the letter A, rising cost of oil, letter B, fluctuating cost of oil, letter C, shortening price of oil, or letter D, deregulated price of oil. Okay, good morning, Ma'am Rachel Abuela. Maaga na naman yung paayuda ni Ma'am Rachel. Maraming salamat po. Welcome po, Ma'am Leticia Chapian. Okay, so sabi ni Ma'am Leticia, first time yata ni Ma'am Leticia. Good evening po. Si Sir Ariel, naghanap buhay pa. Okay, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Sir Javier Credo, nagbabalik. Good evening. All right, many of you, some are answering A, may D, may B. Dito naman sa Facebook, karamihan D. Yes, start na din po, Ma'am Lorna, start na din po sa YouTube. Good evening po sa inyong lahat na nandito sa Facebook. All right, now karamihan dito sa Facebook, your answer is letter D. Good evening, Ma'am Jasmine Comigad Ponciano. Good evening po. All right, now going back to question number 1, GenEd, the jeepney drivers went on strike. They did not go for or the meaning of this is they did not agree with the. Okay, of course, we know that pretty sure, it's pretty obvious that it is because of the rising cost of oil. Okay, ibig sabihin, nagwiwelga sila dahil nga tumataas na naman ang presyo ng gasolina. But more importantly, the correct answer for this one would be letter D po, the regulated price of oil. Bakit the regulated price of oil? We know that our government has no control over the price of oil dahil meron po tayong Oil Deregulation Act, okay? Or Oil Deregulation Law. So, ibig sabihin namang nito, ang winiwelga nila, dapat magkaroon pa ng mas malaking control sana yung gobyerno natin sa presyo ng gasolina. So, hindi lamang rising cost of oil. The better answer here, the best answer would be letter D, the regulated price of oil, because we know that the government has no control over the price of oil. Okay, so letter D po ang tamang sagot. Maraming salamat, Ma'am Joy Dairit, for your maagang paayuda. Maraming salamat po, Ma'am Joy and Ma'am Rachel. All right, now we go to question number 2. Where are flash floods in Metro Manila blamed upon? Okay, volcanic eruption, overpopulation, clogging of rivers and waste, or with waste, urbanization practices. Bonus na to sa inyo, sa mga parokyano natin, nakita nyo na to. Okay, nakita nyo na tong ating question na to. All right, again, before we continue, please don't forget to like this video if you're watching on YouTube. Everybody on YouTube, please like this video, share it on your Facebook page. If you're watching on Facebook, please do like this video. Please like your video. Please hit the like button, the heart button, the wow button. Just don't hit the angry button. Okay, start a watch party so that your friends may be able to watch this, or share it on your wall, share it in one of the groups or all of the groups that you have joined with regards to the lab. Okay, so again, please don't forget to react to our video, like this video on YouTube, and share this on your wall. All right, now going back, yes, many of you have the correct answer, and that is letter C, clogging of rivers with waste. Okay, so that's the correct answer for question number 2. On number 3, a narrative technique in non-dramatic fiction intended to render the flow of visual, auditory, and associative impression of the character in story is called letter A, narration. Okay, letter B, flashback. Letter C, dream sequence. Or letter D, stream of consciousness. Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for question number 3? Good evening, Ma'am Elsie Palomo. Pa-shout out. Ano to? Oy Kamrad Rivota Quinto. Good evening po. Okay, now many of you are answering with letter A. Letter A, yung answer ng karamihan dito sa YouTube. All right, now going back to your question, a narrative technique in non-dramatic fiction intended to render the flow of visual, auditory, and associative impression of the character in the story is called letter A, narration, letter B, flashback, letter C, dream sequence, letter D, stream of consciousness. Okay, now we all know what narration means. Okay, so narration, may nag-narrate lang, no? Pwede ka magkaroon ng narration kahit sa radyo, pwede. Pwede ka din namang magkaroon ng narration habang merong nag-act out. Okay? Now, flashback, you know what the meaning of flashback is. Balik tanaw. Okay? Ang nakaraan or sometimes even way back, no? Pwedeng i-flashback nila kung ano yung background ng story, background ng character, kahit nung bata pa yung character. Now, letter C naman, dream sequence. Mahilig din yung mga Pinoy, no? Yung mga Pinoy drama, yung Pinoy teleserye sa dream sequence. So, akala mo totoo na, yun pala panaginip lamang. Okay? Parang kayo lang din, akala mo totoong meron kayo, panaginip lamang pala. Okay? So, dream sequence po yan. Now, but the correct answer here is stream of consciousness. Stream of consciousness po ang tamang sagot. That's letter D. Okay, so tama din yung iba sa inyo. This is a kind of writing that presents the thoughts of a person or character as they occur. Stream of consciousness writing uses devices such as characters speaking to themselves, free association, and lists of words. Okay, so William Faulkner, James Joyce, Virginia Woolf, these are a few of the famous writers who wrote stream of consciousness novels. Okay, so the correct answer would be letter D po. Letter D ang tamang sagot. Letter D would be the correct answer for question number 3. Letter D po. All right, now we go to number 4. What scientific attitude must a person possess in seeking answers to things in which she is greatly interested in? Letter A, curiosity. Letter B, open-mindedness. Letter C, resourcefulness. Or letter D, flexibility. Okay, what scientific attitude must a person possess in seeking answers to things in which she is greatly interested in? Pag meron kang mga bagay na interesado ka at gusto mo talagang malaman kung anong sagot dito, halimbawa na lamang, interesado ka sa kanya, gusto mong malaman kung meron na siyang girlfriend, meron na siyang boyfriend, and you really want to find out the answers to these questions. Okay, the correct answer, of course, would be letter A. That's curiosity. Okay, so letter A po, curiosity ang tamang sagot. Curiosity would be the correct answer. It is seeking attention to questions that you have in mind. Open-mindedness, of course, ibig sabihin is open ka sa lahat ng mga criticism sa'yo, open ka sa maaring merong mali ang iyong sagot. For example, okay, bilang guro, napaka-importante po sa ating maging open-minded. Okay, of course, no one is perfect, and even as teachers, we are never perfect. Okay, so sometimes nagkakamali po tayo. Wala pong perfectong tao. So pag mali ka, okay lang po natanggapin mo. Okay, the better thing for you to do, the better attitude would be for you to just accept your mistake and correct it. Okay, so it's a mortal sin po. Alam natin na it's a mortal sin to be teaching a wrong concept to our student. But of course, we said no one is perfect. So sometimes there would come a time na nagkamali ka sa iyong explanation. For example, nagkamali ka sa iyong sagot. The best thing for you to do is the following day, pag nasa classroom at tinatanong din ito sa LEP, the following day po, kailangang i-correct nyo kung ano yung maling sinabi nyo, kung anong maling na ituro nyo. Okay? So, you should say na, I'm so sorry, yesterday I said something wrong, I made a mistake. Okay? The correct answer is this. Okay? So, maging humble po tayo, maging open-minded to accept that we can all make mistakes. Alright, resourcefulness naman. Alam natin ibig sabihin ng resourcefulness, no? Hindi ka tumitigil kahit na ito ngayon ay ginagawa ng karamihan sa atin, nawalan ka ng trabaho dahil sa pandemya. So, ang ginawa mo ay nagbenta ka ng mga halaman, okay? Naging plantito-plantita ka, marami ka kasing halaman sa bahay. So, nag-barter-barter ka, meron din namang binibenta talaga for cash, or nag-online seller ka nga, no? Iba-iba na yung ginawa mo. Nagluto ka, nag-bake ka, nag-bake ka ng kung anong pwede mong iluto, no? Kung ano-ano pa, kung anik-anik pa. Yung meron din mga nagsimula sa face mask, tapos nag-continue sa face shield. Okay? So, naging resourceful tayo dahil nga rin dito sa pandemyang meron tayo. So, resourcefulness is a very good attitude. And of course, flexibility, halos magkaparehas lang din sila ng resourcefulness. No? Dapat marunong ka mag-adjust sa kung anumang challenges na binibigay sa iyo ng panahon. So, that's flexibility. Bilang guro din at bilang isang empleyado someday, if you become an employee someday, dapat maging resourceful ka, dapat maging flexible ka. Ito ang mga dalawa sa pinaka magandang attitudes na meron ka dapat bilang isang empleyado, bilang isang employee, dahil gagawin ka talagang magiging prized employee ka if meron kang flexibility, meron kang resourcefulness, samahan mo din ng kayod, no, tiyaga, sipag, and of course, may initiative ka dapat. And these are things that would make you indispensable. Hindi ka mapapalitan dahil sa mga characteristics mo na yan. Alright, so again, that's for number 4, letter A, curiosity. We go to number 5. The prevailing wind system experienced in the Philippines is east and west monsoon, north and south monsoon, northeast and southwest monsoon, southwest and southeast monsoon. Okay, ano kaya tamang sagot for number 5? Okay, we're already at number 5. Welcome po sa lahat ng ating mga first-timers, lalong-lalo na dito sa ating Facebook, no? Karamihan sa ating mga Facebook viewers kasi ay first-timers dahil of course we started live streaming through YouTube. Okay, yung mga nasa YouTube natin, ito yung mga I would say veterano. Okay, mga veterans na natin to. Ito yung ating mga parokyano. Kaya pag nag-join kayo sa YouTube, makikita nyong sila ay nag-aalaskahan na, no? Nagtutuksuhan na sila because they've already developed some types of relationship. No? Sa araw-araw na, sa halos, sa gabi-gabing meron tayong live stream dati kasi Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday last month. This month, of course, is Saturday and Sunday. Next weekend is going to be the last weekend that we have for August, and then we are going to announce the next schedule that we have for September. Okay, so again, we would like to welcome those people who are joining us tonight for the first time. Welcome po. Don't forget to go also to YouTube. If you're watching us on Facebook, go to our YouTube channel because we already have so many videos that can help you pass the let there in YouTube. Meron po tayong playlist for GenEd. Meron din po tayong playlist for ProfEd. And of course, more importantly, we have a playlist for GenEd and ProfEd live streams. We already have 26 live stream videos. Okay, so pag naubos nyo po yan, ay more than 2,000 na po yung na-discuss nyo na let items. Okay, so going back 5, the prevailing wind system experienced in the Philippines is east and west monsoon, north and south monsoon, northeast and southwest monsoon, northwest and southeast monsoon. Okay, balikan po natin ito. Punta natin itong slide na to. In the Philippines, we have 2 types of monsoons. Okay, the first one would be your southwest, and the second one would be your northeast monsoon. Southwest is also called habagat. Okay, so this is habagat, warm and humid. And the effects, of course, would be heavy rain, cumulus clouds. So ito yung mga clouds na malalaki, maiitim, no? Yung nagdadala ng maraming ulan. That's southwest monsoon. So pag habagat, ay panahon ng bagyo sa Pilipinas. Okay? Now, northeast monsoon naman, this is amihan. This is from the eastern part of the world, of course. It's cold and dry. It brings us cirrus clouds, light rains, cold weather. Okay? So ito yung mga nangyayari kapag December, January, February, until March sometimes. Feeling natin nasa Korea tayo, okay? Lumiliit yung ating mga pores. All right, so that's amihan and habagat. So that would be northeast and southwest monsoon. So ibig sabihin, letter C po ang tamang sagot. Okay? So letter C would be the correct answer, northeast and southwest monsoon. Letter C is the correct answer for question number 5. Okay, so letter C po. Now we go to number 6. You inherited tallness from your father. Physical traits are transmitted from parents to offspring through letter A, gametes, letter B, genes, letter C, chromosomes, letter D, alleles. All right, so again, we would like to welcome all those people who are joining us for the first time. Please don't forget to like our Facebook page. It's Gurung Pinoy. So that you will be notified of new materials, new videos that we have. But also, please go to YouTube. We have 26 videos already of our live streams. We also have a playlist for GenEd and playlist for professional education. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch all the videos that we have there. Okay? And of course, please like this video. People on YouTube, some of you have not liked this video yet. Don't forget to like this video. And of course, also on Facebook, you can react to this video. You can hit the thumbs up sign, the heart sign, or the wow sign. And you may also share this video, okay? So share it on your wall, share it on your account, start a watch party, okay? Or share it in any groups that you have joined in Facebook. Okay, so again, number 6, you inherited tallness from your father. Physical traits are transmitted from parents to offspring through letter A, gametes, letter B, genes, letter C, chromosomes, letter D, alleles. Okay, now when you say gametes dito, pag sinabi niyo pong gametes, these are sex cells. Okay, so when you say gametes, meron tayong 2 gametes in the case of humans, no, or of animals. We have the sperm cell and the egg cell. So these are your gametes. Gametes sila. Now, when you say letter B, genes naman, your genes are those specific parts of your chromosomes that would code for each characteristic or for each physical trait. So that would be your gene. Now, chromosomes, of course, are those ribbon-like structures na yung nire-replicate during your mitosis. No, meron na tayong question ito dati. What is replicated during mitosis? And that will be your chromosome. And letter D mo, allele, that is the versions of your chromosome. Okay, so the versions of your trait, I mean, That would be your allele. All right, so these are all some or many of your choices are technical terms. So alam ito ng mga bio majors natin. Okay, now but the correct answer here would be letter B, gene po yung tamang sagot. This is a sequence of DNA that codes for a protein, which is actually a trait. Okay, so there are many genes on each chromosome. Because our question here po is very specific. Sabi kasi ng question mo, physical traits are transmitted from parents to offspring through, you have to replicate the entire chromosome, pero kada trait ay nasa iisang gene. Okay, so every gene codes for each trait. So if magiging matangkad ka, or magiging short ka, magiging kulot ka, or straight yung buhok mo, these are all part of your genes, which are all part of your chromosomes. Okay, so galing po siya sa characteristics ng iyong tatay at characteristics ng inyong nanay, babalasahin po yan kung anong naibigay sa iyo, yan po ay dahil sa chromosomes mo, specific parts would be the genes. Okay? So kung ikaw ay kamukha ng iyong tatay, ibig sabihin dahil yun sa mitosis, no? Dahil sa meiosis, dahil sa pagbalasa ng genes ng iyong nanay at tatay. Okay? So letter B po, genes would be the correct answer. All right, now we go to number 7. Wages refer to the total earnings of a person for doing a certain kind of work in a given period of time. They are paid on an hourly basis or product by piece rate. Hence, the pay rate may be based on time output or even a combination of these two. The paragraph states that wages vary, types of wages, service or wages. Letter D, combination of wages vary. Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for question number 7? Okay, so iba-iba na yung sagot ng mga tao dito sa YouTube. Thank you, Ma'am Montecilio Alona, for sharing the video. Maraming salamat po for those people who have already shared the video. Start a watch party. Okay, you may also share it on your wall. Alright, so iba-iba na yung inyong sagot. Okay, iba-iba po yung inyong sagot. Alright, so again, wages refer to the total earnings of a person for doing a certain kind of work in a given period of time. They are paid on an hourly basis or product by piece rate. Hence, the pay rate may be based on time output or even a combination of these two. The paragraph states that as you can see, we have a stem here. Okay, so we have a stem here. We have the first part of the sentence here. That's why we are not just really looking for whatever is the paragraph is talking about, but we're also looking for the part that can make the sentence complete. Okay, the last sentence here complete. The paragraph states that wages vary. The paragraph states that types of wages, you cannot choose letter B because it does not make any sense. Okay, you cannot say the paragraph states that types of wages. The paragraph states that service or wages. The paragraph states that combination of wages vary. The correct answer here would be letter A. Okay, so letter A would be the correct answer. The paragraph states that wages vary, and that is supported by all the supporting details that we have found at the beginning of your paragraph. Okay, so letter A is the correct answer for question number 7. Number 7, letter A. We go to question number 8, category math. A vehicle consumes a liter of gasoline to travel 10 kilometers. After a tune-up, it travels 15% farther on 1 liter to the nearest tens. How many liters of gasoline will it take for the vehicle to travel 230 kilometers? Thank you so much, Ma'am Raiden Marie Cangas Avelino, for sharing our video. Thank you, Sir Daomingse, for sharing our video. Again, for those people who are watching us for the first time on Facebook, we welcome all of you. Please don't forget to like our Facebook page. Also, please go to our YouTube channel. YouTube has so many videos that can help you pass the LET. There's a playlist for general education. There's a playlist for professional education. There's also a playlist for all of the videos that we had for our live streaming. We already have 26 videos for our live stream. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like this video, heart this video, say wow to this video, share this video on your wall, or start a watch party so that many people may be helped by us pass the LET. Familiar ang tanong, sagot lang ang hindi. Yes, this question has already been asked, okay, in one of our live streams before. So you already know what the answer is to this video. Ma'am Rabia Lalawag Midtimbang, good evening. Habol po. All right, so again, number 8, a vehicle consumes a liter of gasoline to travel 10 kilometers. After a tune-up, it travels 15% farther on 1 liter to the nearest tens. How many liters of gasoline will it take for the vehicle to travel 230 kilometers? Okay, so again, we are first going to have or to get 15% of 10, okay? Because initially, it can travel only 10 kilometers in 1 liter, okay? But it says here, after a tune-up, it travels 15% farther, okay? So we get 15% of 10 first. And you know that in math, of here would mean x, would mean multiply, okay? So of means multiply. And of course, we have, if you have is here, the word is, that would mean equals. Okay, so we multiply 10 by 15%, which is 0.15. Okay, we only wrote this in its decimal form, so it's very easy. Just move the decimal point 2 times to the left, so that makes it 0.15. So 0.15 multiplied by 10. You know that whenever you are multiplying by factors of 10, by powers of 10, no, you only need to move the decimal point. You don't really need to do your multiplication. So you only have 1 0 here. You are multiplying, so that means you need to move the decimal point 1 time to your right, okay, since you are multiplying. If that is division, you need to move your decimal point to the left. Okay, so again, your 10 here only has 1 0. So that tells us that we are going to move the decimal point 1 time, or ones, to the right. And so that gives us 1.5. So 15% of 10 is 1.5. And so what happens now is we add 1.5 to the original distance of 10 kilometers, because initially the vehicle can travel 10 kilometers in just a liter. Okay, but now it can travel 15% more. So that would be 10 plus the 15%, which is 1.5. And so the total distance would be 11.5. That would be for 1 liter of gasoline. Okay, so that means we say 11.5 kilometers is to 1 liter. Okay, 11.5 kilometers is to 1 liter equals, our given here in the question, now what is asked is 230 kilometers is to X liters of gasoline. Okay, so again, we're just using the ratio and proportion. Okay, ratio and proportion lamang po. So 11.5 kilometers is to 1 liter. 230 kilometers is to an unknown amount of gasoline. Okay, so unknown amount of gasoline, we don't know how many liters this would be. All right, now next, of course, we perform cross multiplication. Okay, so we cross multiply. Okay, we multiply these items that we have here. 11.5 multiplied by x, that's 11.5x. And any number multiplied by 1, the answer would be that number. So 230 multiplied by 1, that would be 230. So again, we have 11.5x. We got that from 11.5 multiplied by x. And 230, we got that from 230 multiplied by 1. So that's 11.5x equals 230. So for us to get the value of x, okay, we need to isolate it. This is multiplication, and so we need to divide both sides by 11.5, that would mean x equals 230 divided by 11.5, or that would be 20 liters. Okay, so 20 liters would be the correct answer. That would be letter A. Okay, so letter A po ang tamang sagot. Again, that would be letter A for question number 8. Now, even if you did not go through all of this, even if you did not solve this, we also have another hint that can help you pinpoint the answer in our question. The hint is to the nearest tens. Okay, to the nearest tens. So that means it should be buo na 10. That's why you have 20 liters here. Even if you did not solve for any of this, okay, even if you did not do any of these calculations here, letter A still would be the correct answer. Okay, so letter A po ang tamang sagot for question number 8. Okay, now we go to number 9. Yes, bawal na po magpalit, Sir Viodolo. Okay, now question number 9. The primary objective of marriage is letter A, multiplication, letter B, procreation, letter C, mutual security between a man and woman, letter D, companionship. Okay, what do you think is the primary purpose of marriage? Okay, the primary purpose of marriage. Okay, iba-iba yung sagot ninyo. Okay, so there's A, there's B, there's C, there's letter D. Okay, now the correct answer here, the primary objective of marriage, is it multiplication, procreation, mutual security between man and woman, or letter D, companionship? Okay, so if you can see, letter C and D here are actually just the same. Okay, mutual security between man and woman. That's also just companionship. Okay, may mutual security lang sila. That means the man is going to protect the woman, make her feel secured. The woman would also do the same thing. Okay, because of the term mutual here. That's still companionship. These two terms are also very similar. You remember in the Bible, it has been said, go forth and multiply. Okay, so there's multiplication, there's procreation, but the correct answer here, the primary objective of marriage would be letter B, that's procreation. Okay, so letter B is the correct answer. The term that we use is procreation, not multiplication. Okay, so letter B po is the correct answer. Right? Letter B, procreation for number 9. Now we go to number 10. The committee members have gotten off, leaving everything at 6s and 7s among themselves. This means in harmony, disorganized, unproductive, in agreement. Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for question number 10? Again, those people who are watching us on Facebook, please do hit the like button, the heart button, or the wall button. Okay, please like, heart, wall this video, and also please share this on your Facebook wall, watch through a watch party, or share it on any of the groups that you have joined with regards to the LEP. Okay, don't forget to like our Facebook page, that's Gurong Pinoy. Don't also forget to go to our YouTube channel and subscribe to our YouTube channel, that's still Gurong Pinoy. Like our video. Those people who are watching us on YouTube, please like our video. Please like this video. And of course, check all the rest of the videos that we have. There's a playlist for GenEd, another playlist for ProfEd. And we have 26 videos now in our playlist for the live streams. Okay, so don't forget to check all of those things. Okay, so question number 10. The committee members have gotten off, leaving everything at 6s and 7s among themselves. This means, what is the meaning of the idiom, we actually have the idiom here, an idiom which is at sixes and sevens with you. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Okay, you hear this line or these words in Don't Cry for Me, Argentina, no, at sixes and sevens with you. Okay, in harmony, disorganized, unproductive, or in agreement. Okay, in agreement. The correct answer here would be letter B, disorganized. It's a state of confusion. That's correct, Sir Loreto, our president on YouTube. It means disorganized, no? It's not in harmony, it's not in agreement, it is a state of confusion. That's correct. Okay, so disorganized would be the correct answer for question number 10. At sixes and sevens means a state of confusion. That means it is disorganized. Okay, now number 11. If the scores in a mathematics test of 45 students are arranged from highest to the lowest, the 23rd score is the letter A mode, letter B median, letter C variance, letter D mean. Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for question number 11, GenEd? If the scores in a math test of 45 students are arranged from highest to the lowest, the 23rd score is the mode, median, variance, or mean. Okay, many people are answering letter B, and that is the correct answer. Okay, so that's the median. The median, we say, is the middlemost score. The mean is the average, and the mode is the most frequently appearing score. Now, if you have not watched our video yet on the mean, median, and mode, please put a reminder in your notebook. We have a video on YouTube called the mean, median, and mode, and all the measures of central tendency in your assessment are discussed there. Okay, so make sure that you check that, the mean, median, and mode Gurung Pinoy's video on YouTube. All right, now number 12. This novel was inspired by the execution of the Gumburza. Letter A, The Goddess of Atlanta. Letter B, Uncle Tom's Cabin. Letter C, Noli Me Tangere. Letter D, El Filibusterismo. Okay, many people on YouTube are answering with letter D. On Facebook, my B, my D, my C. All right, so again, this novel was inspired by the execution of the Gumburza, the Goddess of Atlanta. Letter B, Uncle Tom's Cabin. Letter C, Noli Me Tangere. Letter D, El Filibusterismo. Now, we know that Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo were two novels by Dr. Jose Rizal, our national hero. Uncle Tom's Cabin actually was the inspiration behind Noli Me Tangere. Okay? So, Uncle Tom's Cabin here, letter B, was the inspiration behind Noli Me Tangere. The correct answer would be letter D, El Filibusterismo po. So Rizal dedicated his second novel to the Gumburza, the Filipino priests named Mariano Gomez, Jose Apolonio Burgos, and Jacinto Zamora, who were executed on charges of subversion. Okay, so sila po, syempre, alam natin na sila ay mga pinatay, no? So they are called the martyr priests, the Gumburza, and because of their death, El Filibusterismo and or Rizal was inspired to write his second novel, which was El Filibusterismo. Okay, so letter D is the correct answer. All right, now we go to number 13. This is the first skill a student must have before he can read. Is it letter A, vocabulary, letter B, phonics, letter C, fluency, letter D, phonemic awareness? Okay, we're already at question number 13. 13, Gen Ed. Okay, now again, number 13, this is a first skill a student must have before he can read. We all know what the meaning of vocabulary is, okay? Vocabulary are those words that you know the meaning of. Phonics, of course, we usually use this whenever we are teaching the alphabet, okay? Fluency, when you say fluency, that means you can generate, this is a generation of ideas. Okay, so when you say fluency, you can generate many ideas. Now, phonemic awareness naman, that is the correct answer. Okay, letter D po is the correct answer. And this is the ability to hear, identify, and manipulate individual sounds or phonemes in spoken words. So before children learn to read print, they need to become more aware of how the sounds in words work. They must understand that words are made up of speech sounds or phonemes, the smallest part of sound in a spoken word. So again, the other thing, letter B nyo naman, phonics is a method of teaching or for teaching the reading and writing of an alphabetic language. It's a method of teaching, but prior to that, the child should have already had phonemic or phonemic awareness. Okay, so phonemic awareness po would be prior to your phonics. Bago ka makapagturo sa kanya ng phonics, kailangan may phonemic awareness muna yung bata. Right? So letter D would be the correct answer for number 13. Number 14, the man looks blank at the food on the table. The man looks blank at the food on the table. Letter A, strangest. Letter B, strange. Letter C, stranger. Letter D, strangely. Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for question number 14? Okay, so iba-iba na yung sagot niyo. Now going back to question number 14, the man looks blank at the food on the table. Now, with your choices here, A, B, and C are all adjectives. Lahat po ito ay adjectives. Okay, so these are all adjectives. And choice D is an adverb. Okay, in English po, when you say adjectives, these are words that would describe your noun. Okay, so that word would describe your noun. So for example, you say beautiful, pretty, smart, tall, big, brown, even the color would be your adjective. Okay, so adjectives are words that would describe your noun or your pronoun. Okay, now the differences between A, B, and C here are that your letter A, letter B, I mean, would be used if you are only talking about one person. There's no comparison. So for example, you say, the man looks strange. The man looks strange. So that means strange is trying to describe the man. How does the man look? He looks strange. Okay, so strange, that would mean he looks weird. Okay, he looks weird. Now, when you see the ER, you know that this is in comparative form. This is a comparative form of your adjective, which means that this is used whenever you have two persons, two objects, even two events. Okay, so you say, Heidi looks stranger than Sam, or Heidi is stranger than Sam. Now, stranger has another meaning. Stranger can also be a noun. Diba? Meron ding noun na stranger. He is a stranger, meaning he is someone that I don't know. Okay, so stranger here can have two meanings. This can also be a noun. But as an adjective, this is in comparative form. So that is comparing two objects, two persons, two things. Now, lumabas na yung tamang sagot nyo. Letter A naman, strangest. EST, you know that you use this whenever you are already comparing more than two objects, more than two people. So, for example, you say, out of all the students in my class, he is the strangest. So, siya yung pinaka-weirdo. Siya yung pinaka-strange. Now, strangely mo naman, this would describe, since this is an adjective, adverb, I mean, since this is an adverb, when you say an adverb, it describes an adjective, it describes a verb, or it describes how something is being done. Okay? Kung paano niya ginagawa ang isang action. Okay? So the correct answer here would be letter D, strangely. The man looks strangely at the food on the table. The man looks strangely. Dinedescribe ng strangely mo how the man looks. Paano niya tinitingnan yung food sa table? He looks at them strangely. Okay? So hindi po pwedeng the man looks strange. Okay? Because if you chose the man looks strange, meaning yung tao mo ay weirdo siya tingnan, no? The man looks strange. All right? The man looks stranger, strangest, hindi din po pwede to because these are all adjectives. So the correct answer should have been an adverb, a word that would describe your verb here, which is looks. So paano niya tinitingnan yung food sa table? The man looks at it strangely. Remember, your adverbs would usually end with ly. Okay, so loudly, carefully, silently. Okay, so these are some examples of your adverbs, and then they are describing your verbs. Paano mo ginagawa yung isang action? Okay, she called me loudly, meaning paano kanya tinawag? Loudly, using a loud voice. Okay, so that's ly adverb. So for number 14, that would be letter D. Okay, now we go to number 15. This pertains to the relationship between the sound and the symbol. Pertains to the relationship between the sound and the symbol. Digwak, sabi ni Ma'am Lizelle. Ang Facebook, sabi ni Ma'am Checky, ang dami na niyang mali. Okay lang po yan, ma'am. Importante po natututo. Kahit magkamali dito, importante tama na kayo sa inyong let. Okay, iba-iba na yung sagot nyo for question number 15. Okay. All right, so again, 15, this pertains to the relationship between the sound and the symbol. Ano kaya ang tamang sagot? Syntax, morphology, semantics, graphophonemic. Okay, isa-isahin natin itong iyong choices. Syntax here are the set of rules or is the set of rules, principles, and processes that govern the structure of sentences in a given language. So if you are talking about syntax, this is how you arrange the words so that you can have a meaningful sentence. Okay, how you arrange the words so that you can have a meaningful sentence. That's your syntax. Set of rules, principles, and processes that govern the structure of sentences. Okay, your morphology. Morphology is the identification, analysis, and description of the structure of a given language's morphemes and other linguistic units. So remember, when you say morphemes, this is the unit, the smallest unit of meaning. Okay, the smallest unit of meaning in language. Okay, so when you analyze the meanings of words, that would mean morphology. Okay, now semantics would be the branch of study within linguistics that deals with language and how we understand meaning. Okay, so semantics is understanding meaning. So again, syntax is structure, how you put the words together to form a sentence. Morphology is the meaning, no, the meaning of words, the meaning of each part of a word. Semantic is also still the meaning, okay? But semantics, of course, would be the bigger part na. Morphology kasi iniisa-isa mo yung isang word. You take a look at the prefix, the ending part or the suffix, etc. But the correct answer here would be letter D. This is graphophonemic. And this is the recognition of letters and the understanding of sound-symbol relationships and spelling patterns. Okay, so the correct answer would be graphophonemic. Graphophonemic po is the correct answer for question number 15. Okay, so that's letter D for number 15. All right, now we go to number 16. Okay, number 16 na po tayo. What makes the sentence below wrong? I has turned off the lights. Letter A has, letter B off, letter C friend, letter D no error. Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for question number 16? Kain po tayo, nguyang-nguya, habang nakikinig, habang nagsasalita, nguyang-nguya po. Okay? Many of you are answering with letter A. What makes the sentence below wrong? I has turned off the lights. Has off, friend. Wala ngang friend dito sa sentence mo. No error. Okay, the correct answer, of course, would be letter A, has. I, of course, singular yung I mo, no? Whenever you use the term I or the pronoun I, that would be singular, but you use have with it. You don't say I has, you always say I have, I have. Okay, so has would be the correct answer. Okay, so number 16, letter A po ang tamang sagot. Letter A is the correct answer. Number 17, the senators will have passing the reproduction bill when the session ends. What made the statement wrong? Okay, will passing have ended? Now, many of you are answering with letter B on YouTube. Marie Chue, Marichu. Okay, Ma'am Marichu yata. Thank you po for sharing our video. Ma'am Marie, thank you po. Okay, number 17. The senators will have passing the reproduction bill when the session ends. What made the statement wrong? Okay, the senators will have, so tama itong have mo because the senators, of course, it's plural. If it's singular, if it's just the senator, then you can use has. Okay, have is used for plural, so that is correct. But whenever you have or has or had, has or have, they're always followed by your past participle. Okay, so past participle po, hindi siya po pwedeng nasa ing form. The correct answer should have been letter B, no? So letter B ang tamang sagot. It should have been past with ed. Okay, so the senators will have passed because you have, and have, has, or had should always be followed by your past participle form of the verb. Okay, so dapat the senators will have passed, not the senators will have passing. So the correct answer here would be letter B. Okay, letter B po yung tamang sagot. Now we go to 18. The rice tastes like hell, and so I... Ma'am Lizelle Barreto Lopez. Good evening po. Okay, number 18, again, the rice tastes like hell, and so I... Okay, so iba-iba na po yung sagot niyo. Okay, so let's try to read this. The rice tastes like hell, and so I complain. The rice tastes like hell, and so I will complain. The rice tastes like hell, and so I am complain. The rice tastes like hell, and so I will be complaining. The correct answer here is, of course, you cannot choose this, so I complain. You also cannot choose this, so I am complain. Essentially, your B and D, the meaning is the same. It is just a matter of time, no? Sa time frame lang siya. If you are using this is in your future progressive, no? Future progressive form. This means in the future, I will be doing this. Okay, I will be doing this in the future. But of course, the correct answer here would be letter B. Okay, plain and simple. It should be in your simple future form. Simple future lang po. The rice tastes like hell, and so I will complain. Okay, so that means right now, I will complain. After I tell you this, I will go and complain. All right, so the correct answer would be letter B. I will complain. All right, now we go to 19. Oh, meron tayong hindi na nalagyan ng animation dyan, no? So excuse me na lang po. Number 19 is a collection of religious poetry written by Rabindranath Tagore. Is it Mahabharata, Gitanjali, the Ramayana, Bhagavad Gita. Never mind this one, okay? Never mind that one po. Pwede magpalit, i-valid ang reason. Okay lang, Ma'am Eden. Habol po kayo. Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for question number 19? All right, question number 19 is collection of religious poetry written by Rabindranath Tagore. This one here, this is part of the explanation for Mahabharata. Ay, letter A mo, Mahabharata is an ancient Sanskrit epic poem or poem that tells the story of the kingdom of Kurus along with Ramayana. Okay, so Ramayana and Mahabharata are epic poems coming from India. Okay, so pareho po silang epic poems. Now, Mahabharata, another thing that you need to remember about Mahabharata is that it is the longest epic poem in India. Okay, so this would also come out in the let. What is the longest epic poem longest epic in Indian poetry? Okay, so the answer would be Mahabharata. It's the longest dahil mahaba. Okay, the longest siya dahil mahaba. Okay, the name is Mahabharata. Mahaba siya, so it is the longest epic. Now, Bhagavad Gita po would be part of your Mahabharata. Okay, so kasama na siya dyan sa Mahabharata. The correct answer, of course, would be letter B. That's Gitanjali. Okay, letter B po, Gitanjali. That's the collection of religious poetry written by Tagore. Okay, Gitanjali is the correct answer. Okay, last one, 20. If she blank eating too much, she would be that fat. Letter A was, letter B were, letter C wouldn't, letter D wasn't. Okay, ano kaya ang tamang sagot? Good evening, Ma'am Lizelle Barreto Lopez. Okay, we go to the last item for your ProfEd, GenEd, I mean. If she blank eating too much, she would be that fat. Now, as you can see, this is in the if statement form. Okay, the correct answer here would be letter B, were. If she were eating too much, she would be that fat. Whenever you have an if statement, which statement kasi itong if, you don't look at your your subject here. Okay, you don't look at your subject here. Even if singular siya, you'd always be using were. Okay, so for example, you say, if I were the president. You don't say, if I was the president. It's always were. You always use the linking verb were whenever you have your if statement. These are your wish statement. Okay? Na wish statement siya, if statement, and that would always be using the linking verb were. All right? So the correct answer would be letter B, were po ang tamang sagot. All right? So I hope you had a score of 12. Okay, so 20 items lang tayo. So that's 12. 12 is 60%. Your score should be 12 or above out of 20. Okay, so my 13, 14, 15, 16. Good job. Okay, let's take a few minutes of break. We'll come back by 8:15. Kain po muna. We are still coming back with ProfEd po. Sir Daoming Sip. May ProfEd pa po tayo. Ma'am Tin, pakipansin po si Sir Pinoy. Ma'am Joy Dairit, may pahabol pang ayuda. Maraming salamat po. Thank you, Ma'am Joy. Oh, I didn't know that it's open. How are you? Come here. Want to say hi to the students? We're having a break. Come here. That's nothing. Come here. Come here. Just say hi to them. Say hi there. Say hi. You did not even come here.
Mom, what are you eating?
I'm eating your cornflakes.
Can you eat them too?
Of course, you can. Say hi to them. You talk to them. There. No, there. In the camera. There. Mm-hmm. All right, it's 8:15, so we are going to continue. They're saying hi to you. They say, hi, Rain. Oh, they're saying, hi, baby Rain. All right, so we continue with our professional education. Don't be noisy, darling, okay? Just listen. All right, question number 1, professional education. A pupil whose mother is an OFW has been absent for the past 3 days. Considering the teacher's roles and responsibilities, what action will you take? Is it letter A, home visitation, letter B, record the absences, letter C, report to the guidance counselor, or letter D, conduct action research? Okay, so you have a child, a pupil, whose mother is not around, okay, whose mother is not in their home. The mom is an OFW and the child has been absent for the past 3 days. Okay, so what are you going to do as the teacher? How was your sleep?
Good, Mom.
Good. Did you have a dream?
Yeah.
What was your dream?
I have a dream. Nothing.
Nothing?
Yeah.
No dream?
Nothing.
That's good. No nightmare?
No, nothing.
No slappy?
No slapper.
Okay.
Well, I have from Slapper.
The what?
Slapper was
Oh, he's made some snoring sound?
Yeah, but I slapping him down him, but I'm checking on the channel, but
Slap is checking on your YouTube channel?
yeah.
Okay. All right, so again, going back to number 1, a pupil whose mother is an OFW has been absent for the past 3 days. Considering the teacher's roles and responsibilities, what action will you take? Though many of you are answering with the letter A, and that is the correct answer. Home visitation is the correct answer. And that, we have a problem.
Okay.
Okay, we go to nanay. All right, so letter A is the correct answer. It's home visitation. Home po, home visitation po ang tamang sagot. Okay, now we go to number 2. With an increasing variety of family situations, a teacher needs to assume that all students want to know a variety of family situation. Letter B, broaden students' realization of different learning styles. Letter C, encourage students to improve their family situation. Letter D, be careful not to offend some students. Give me some. Langga, someone is asking you, do you know how to speak Tagalog? Are you sure? She doesn't speak Tagalog. She only knows English. And a little, and she can understand Ilonggo, but she cannot speak anymore. Someone is asking, what is your YouTube channel, Rain? She has a YouTube channel, but we did not really focus on it. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's Baby Rain TV, I think, or A Rain's Life. But she has a Facebook page. And she actually has a Facebook page. The name of the Facebook page is Rain TV. And you can see many videos of Rain there. She also has some videos on Gurong Pinoy's Facebook page. So I have also posted some videos of Rain there, like when we are doing some activities. You can also do it with your toddlers if you have toddlers. The most recent video of Rain that I posted was yesterday, I think. Yes, yesterday I posted a video of her, and she was asking, she wanted to marry her daddy, and she was crying because she can't marry her daddy. Okay, so we know, all of us know that to be on a manifestation of the Electra complex. So nasa Electra complex na siya. She's 3 years old. So nasa Electra complex na po si Rain. And so yesterday, she was telling me that she wants to marry her dad. And so I was telling her, you cannot marry your daddy because she's your daddy. He's your daddy. And so she was crying. Okay, so nasa Electra complex na po si Rain. Later, I will share that video on Gurong Pinoy so that you can see it. Okay, so again, number 2, with an increasing variety of family situations, a teacher needs to assume that all students want to know a variety of family situation, broaden students' realization of different learning styles, encourage students to improve their family situation. Or letter D, be careful not to offend some students. Okay, letter B mo, broaden students' realization of different learning styles. Wala namang kinalaman yung learning style dito. The question is with regards to family situation. We know that having single parents in the Philippines is becoming more common, no? Nagiging more common na, marami ng single parents, marami ng broken families. Sometimes there are some things that cannot be avoided, no? Sometimes some people are better off living separately than living together. And so sometimes we have kids who come from broken family. We have kids whose parents are single parents. We also even have kids whose parents are of the same sex, okay, the same gender. So iba-iba po yung klase ng ating family situation. Okay? So bilang guro po, you should be doing letter D. Be careful not to offend some students. Do not use it as an example, or if you are going to use it as an example, you say there's nothing wrong with it, or there's nothing wrong with being a child of a single parent, okay? Because being a single parent, of course, is a noble work, no? It's noble job, noble situation to be in. But of course, you should be very careful dahil baka na-offend mo na yung mga estudyante mo when you are talking about their own family situation. Dahil iba-iba nga yung family situation nila. Okay, so letter D would be the correct answer. Be careful not to offend some students. What is it? I'll play with you later. Okay, number 3. Which are the most essential characteristics of a total quality school model? Why did you bring the cornflakes? I'm eating them. Please give me some. Give me some, darling. You still have some there. I want more, please. Thank you. Careful. Oh, dinala na yung pagkain ko. All right, thank you so much, Ma'am Montecillo Alona, for tagging your friend. Okay, so that we can also help her pass the let. Which are the most essential characteristics of a total quality school model? Empowerment, clientele focus, continuous improvement, involvement of stakeholders. Now, the total quality model, it actually started with industries. So, unang-una po nag-umpisa itong total quality models in industries, in restaurants, in businesses, no? And then, it has been adapted by the schools. Okay, so what are some characteristics of the total quality school model? Lahat po ito, tama po kayo, that's letter D. Okay, there should be empowerment. There should be clientele focused. So they're focused with their clients. They're focused with their customers. Empowerment, by empowerment here, we mean that the employees also know what they're doing. The employees know or they have some certain degree of freedom in what they're doing. Hindi yung sunod na lang sila ng sunod sa sinasabi ng admin. There's continuous improvement, which is very important. And of course, there's the involvement of all the stakeholders. So in our schools, the community should be involved, the parents should be involved, okay? So there's involvement of all stakeholders. So letter D is the correct answer for question number 3. Now we go to question number 4. Which is the best reason for providing early intervention program to children with disabilities ages 0 to 3 years old? Address developmental lag and prevent acquiring additional disabilities, identify strengths and weaknesses for instruction for success, ensure inclusion for environment in regular classes, prevent labeling at an early age. Ma'am Lynn Francisco, thank you for tagging your friends and sharing your resources with them. Okay, so again, going back to our question here, which is the best reason for providing early intervention program to children with disabilities, ages 0 to 3 years old? Why do we already give them some help? Why do we already give them intervention program as early as 0 to 3 years old? And the correct answer here would be letter A. It is to address developmental lag and prevent acquiring additional disabilities, okay? So that as early as 0 to 3 years old, they're already given intervention. So prior to going to school, alam na nila kung anong gagawin nila as they learn, okay? You don't wait until the child is already at school and then you intervene. Habang mas maaga, naaagapan mo na. Tama yan sinabi ni Sir Loreto. So address developmental lag and prevent acquiring additional abilities as early or disabilities as early as 0 to 3 years old ay may intervention program na po tayo. Okay, that is also the reason why your newborn screening is very important, because the newborn screening would tell you whether the child would have some disability, whether the child is going to be on the spectrum, meaning autistic yung child, or whether the child would have any special needs. Okay, so number 4 po would be the correct answer. Okay, letter A, would be the correct answer for number 4. All right, number 5. The role of play in the preschool and early childhood years is that it, letter A, increases imagination due to expanding knowledge and emotional range. Letter B, develop the upper and lower limbs only. Letter C, separate reality from fantasy. Letter D, develops competitive spirit. Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for question number 5? Okay, a lot of you are answering with letter A. Ganun din dito sa Facebook, and that is the correct answer. Okay, so play is very important in our preschool years, no? Preschool ng bata, early childhood years ng bata, because it increases imagination due to expanding knowledge and emotional range. Okay, so pagkagaya nyo ako, na merong toddler, no? My child, baby Rain, is just 3 years old, and she loves to play, no? So palaging play, and should be complaining if you can't play with her. If you'll say, you're busy, mommy's still busy, I'm still working, and then she'd complain, okay? So sometimes she would tell me, why are big people or why are older people always busy? They don't always want to play. Okay, so letter A is the correct answer. So it's also very important, whenever you have time, you also need to play with your kids. Okay, so play with them, role play with them. Lalo na ngayon, no, sa pandemic, pag nandyan kayo, ika nga sabi nga look at the brighter side of things. Nandyan kayo sa bahay na wala ng trabaho or maaari nagpahinga. Pero mas maraming time ka naman na pwede mong spend with your kids. Okay, so it's letter A. Increases imagination due to expanding knowledge and emotional range. All right, number 6. When small children call all animals dogs, what process is illustrated based on Piaget's cognitive development theory? Letter A, reversion. Letter B, assimilation. Letter C, conservation. Letter D, accommodation. Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for question number 6? Ma'am Norhana Ismael, maraming salamat po sa inyong ayuda, Ma'am Norhana. Parang hindi kita nakita kahapon, Ma'am Norhana. All right, now going back, the question is, when small children call all animals dogs, what process is illustrated based on Piaget's cognitive development theory? Now, Accommodation, you have assimilation and accommodation. No? Ito yung mga common, these are the two common terms according na palaging kino-compare based on Piaget's cognitive development theory. Now, you see the letter S here, assimilation. Assimilation. This means, remember, Piaget said in our brain, in the brain of the child, there are schemes, okay? There are schemes or schemas. Schemas are like the file cabinets that you have, okay? So these are the concepts that the child have. So for example, the concept of a child that whenever an animal has 4 legs, then that animal is a dog. Okay, that's the schema of a child of what a dog is. Now, when you see letter S's here, the 2 S's here for assimilation, this means the same schema. Okay, the same schema. The same schema po yung assimilation nyo. So, S's, the same schema. That means the child still has the same idea. Okay, pareho pa rin yung idea ng child. Pag 4-legged, dogs na kaagad. Now, ang C at C mo naman dito, letter C here, this means change of schema. Okay, so this means change of schema. Nag-iba na yung schema ng bata. The child has now understood that not all 4-legged animals are dogs. Some of them may be cats, some of them may be another type of animal. Okay, so again, assimilation, the same schema. Accommodations, that's a change in schema. Yung conservation mo naman, this is in your concrete operational stage ni Piaget, no? Conservation mo, the child can understand that whenever, for example, whenever you change the size of an object, you can still put it back to its original size. For example, you have a clay. Okay, you have a ball of clay, tapos flatten mo yung clay. Okay, now the child can understand, once the child already has conservation, the child can already understand that pwede mo pa rin naman siyang ibalik sa pagiging ball of clay. Okay, so you can still conserve it. You can still put it back to its original form. Okay, now, so then the correct answer here, the child is calling all animals dog, and that's the correct answer, assimilation, the same schema. Okay, the same schema po yan. That's assimilation, letter B. That's correct. All right, number 7, societal change requires continually deep-seated questions about good living. Which of these did Socrates recognize as the greatest of human virtues? Piety, courage, moral wisdom, or fair justice? May pa-advise dito si Ma'am Christine, no? Ma'am Tin. Parang sa tao lang yan, wag nyo lahatin. Hindi porket nakatagpo kayo ng lalaking manluloko, sasabihin nyo na lahat ng lalaki ay manluloko. Okay, so dapat daw ay may accommodation din. So absent pala si Ma'am kahapon, si Ma'am Norhana. Kaya hindi kita nakita, Ma'am. Hindi ka namin nakita kahapon. Yes, sa mga nagsasabing madali yung ProfEd, sinabi ko na sa inyo ito ngayon, noon pa, no, sorry. Sabi ko nyo na, kung nasa inyo yon noon, excuse me, ProfEd talaga is easier than your GenEd. Sabi ko nga, GenEd, the question can come from anything, from anywhere. Okay, but your ProfEd mo kasi, as long as you know how to understand the question, it would sometimes just mean common sense. Common sense na lamang siya. Okay, so you can easily just pick the correct answer in your ProfEd. Okay, now many of you are answering letter C, and that is the correct answer. Okay, so for Socrates, moral wisdom is the highest or the greatest of all human virtues. Okay, so letter C ang tamang sagot. Now number 8, that the quality of Philippine education is declining was the result of a study by EDCOM, Education Commission, which recommended 2 blank teachers and teaching. Okay. Sir Nelson Matugina, shout out po, good evening. He's from Butuan City. Okay. All right, people are answering the letter C, my B. Okay, for number 8, the correct answer would be letter C, professionalized teachers and teaching. Kaya tayo nagkaroon ng PBET, that was under the National Board for Teachers. And then now, that's why we have the LET now, because your EDCOM, Education Commission, said that the quality of Philippine education is declining. So dapat teachers should be professionalized and teaching should be a profession. It should be a profession. Okay, so professionalized is the correct answer. Letter C. Now we go to number 9. Who should teach Filipino? Who should teach religion? Letter A, part-time teachers paid by the PTA. Letter B, designated instructor by the religious authorities. Letter C, designated regular teachers in school. Letter D, contractual teachers hired by the local government. Who should be teaching Filipino? Filipino ako ng Filipino. Who should be teaching religion? All right, the correct answer for this, who should teach religion? Part-time teachers paid by the PTA, designated instructor by the religious authorities, designated regular teachers in school, contractual teachers hired by the local government. Okay, the correct answer here would be letter B, designated instructor by the religious authorities. So galing po sa inyong parokya, galing po sa inyong pare, no, designated instructor. Usually, ito yung mga nasa CWL, no, Catholic Women's League. Marami sa kanila mga retired teachers din naman. Okay, so letter B, designated instructor by the religious authorities. And then of course, ina-approve din ito, pinapa-approve din ito sa ating mga principals. Okay, so letter B is the correct answer for question number 9. Now we go to question number 10. On which philosophical foundation is reflective teaching founded? Plato's contemplation of eternal truth, Aristotle's basic method of inquiry, rationalist superiority of reason. May kulog na. Okay, is it the letter A, 1 only, letter B, 2 only, letter C, 1 and 2, letter D, all of these? Again, the question is, on which philosophical foundation is reflective teaching founded? Okay, when you are always reflecting, meaning you always analyze oneself. Okay, reflective teaching. All right, is it 1 only, Plato's contemplation of eternal truth? Letter B, 2 only, Aristotle's basic method of inquiry? Letter C, 1 and 2. Letter D, all of these. Parang walang nakatama. Okay, the correct answer is letters. Nasaan na tayo? The correct answer here should have been letter C. Letter C po ang tamang sagot, hindi na highlight. Okay, letter C is the correct answer, 1 and 2. So that's Plato's contemplation and Aristotle's basic method of inquiry. Okay, so that should be letter C. Okay, kukonti lamang nakatama. Si Ma'am Judilyn, si Ma'am Joy, tama din. Joy Dagtay, Ma'am Judilyn Ruiz, okay, karamihan sa inyo mali. Ma'am Raiden, tama dito sa Facebook. Okay, so that's letter C po for number 10. So Plato's contemplation of eternal truth and also Aristotle's basic method of inquiry. Hindi po included itong reasoning. This is logic. Okay, reasoning. So that's letter C, 1 and 2. All right, now we go to number 11. Plato wants us to give more opportunities for our students to do role-playing, introspection, cooperative learning, social interaction. This is related to question number 10. In relation ito sa yung question number 10, your question a while ago. Ligwak, ligwak. Ligwak, ligwak, ganun. Genocide, sabi ni Sir Pinoy sa YouTube. Okay, so again, number 11 is related to question number 10. All right, so Plato wants us to give more opportunities for our students to do letter A, role-playing, letter B, introspection, letter C, cooperative learning, or letter D, social interaction. Okay, so sinabi natin kanina dito sa number 12, it's reflective teaching. Okay, you're always reflecting upon yourself. You're always examining yourself, okay, contemplating. And another term for that would be introspection. Introspection. You are examining oneself. Okay, you are inspecting your own self. That's introspection or contemplation. So letter B is the correct answer. Now, introspection is a really difficult thing to do. I'm not sure if many of you are doing this. No, napaka-hirap pong mag-introspect because many of us would want to be with other people. We'd always want to be surrounded with a lot of people. So whenever you want to make introspection, napakahirap para sa atin because introspection, that means you need to be quiet and you need to examine yourself. What did I do the entire day? What should I have done? Okay, so introspection is the correct answer, letter B. All right, number 12. Jerome Bruner thought the curriculum should revisit basic ideas and build on them until the student grasps the full form of concept. Which curriculum is it referring to? Basic curriculum, hidden curriculum, restructured curriculum, special curriculum. Okay, ano kaya tamang sagot for question number 12? Jerome Bruner thought the curriculum should revisit basic ideas and build on them. Student grasps the full form of concept. Okay. Many of you are answering the letter A. Okay, that is the correct answer. Letter A po, because it says basic ideas. Okay, so balikan lamang basic ideas at dyan lamang tayo tumutok. Yan lamang yung ating gawing focus sa ating mga bata hanggang mag-grasp nila ang full form ng concept. So basic ideas, that's basic curriculum. Basic curriculum, letter A is the correct answer. Okay, now we go to number 13. Teacher Ray wants to focus students' attention on a concept and quickly create interest in a problem or concept he should make use of. Teacher Ray wants to focus students' attention on a concept and quickly create interest in a problem or concept he should make use of. Philip 6.6, task group, panel discussion, tutorial group. Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for question number 13? All right, what do you think is the correct answer for question number 13? For ProfEd. Okay, many of you on YouTube are answering the letter B. Ganun din dito sa ating Facebook. So again, sabi ni Teacher Ray, gusto niyang i-focus yung attention ng student niya sa isang concept and mag-create ng interest in a problem or that concept. And the correct answer, of course, would be letter B. That's a task group. Task group po yan. Okay, so we should make use of a task group. So whenever you have a task group, of course, meron kayong task, meron kayong concept na gusto nyong isolve or may problema gusto nyong isolve. So that will be the correct answer. Letter B, yung Philip 6.6 po again, I have already mentioned this before. In Philip 6.6, lahat ng ginagamit na number would be 6. Okay, so for example, you divide the entire class in 6 groups. Kada grupo may 6 members. You give them a chance to discuss a certain concept or certain problem, certain question in 6 minutes. Okay, so lahat po ng ginagamit na number would be 6. Okay, so that's your Philip 6.6. Panel discussion, you know this to be discussion, no? So exchange of ideas siya between your students. Okay, tutorial group, of course, you already know what the meaning of this. But the correct answer here would be letter B, task group. Task group would be the correct answer. All right, number 14. Which order follows the basic rule in framing interaction? Ask the question, pause, call a student. Ask the question, call a student, and pause. Call a student, ask the question, and pause. Call a student, pause, and ask the question. Okay, ano kaya ang tamang sagot for question number 14? Again, those people who are watching us on Facebook, please do like, heart, say wow to this video, share this video, start a watch party, tag your friends, share it on your Facebook walls, share it on the groups, in the groups that you have joined on Facebook. Okay, remember to also like our Facebook page, that's Guru Pinoy, so that you can be notified of the next live streams that we have. Our live stream schedule for this month is Saturday, Sunday, that's 7 p.m. Philippine time. If you're watching us on YouTube, again, please do like this video, people. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching us on Facebook, we have so many videos that can help you pass the LET that can be found on our YouTube channel. So check your playlist, check our playlist for GenEd, playlist for ProfEd. Also, we have 26 videos now for our playlist for the live streams. Okay, if you've missed the previous live streams that we've had, we already have a total of 26 live streams. So that's already a total of thousands of questions discussed and rationalized. So please do go to Facebook and to YouTube and check all the videos that you've missed. Okay, number 14. Which order follows a basic rule in framing interaction? What is the correct choice here? Paano ka mag-ask ng students mo, no? Paano ka gumawa ng question and answer sa iyong classroom? And of course, the correct answer would be letter A. So you ask a question, you pause, you give them a chance to think it over, no? Think about the question that you have, and of course, you call a student. Okay, so that's the correct answer. Letter A po ang tamang sagot. Letter A would be the correct answer. This is what we essentially do here. Okay, so I read the question, then I pause. Okay, I let you think about it, then I check your answer. Okay, so letter A is the correct answer for 14. Now number 15, you want to teach concepts, patterns, and abstractions. You will use direct instruction, problem solving, deductive method, or indirect instruction. Napagod daw si Sir Jeffrey. Eh, sabi naman ni Ma'am Tin, tingnan mo daw yung bill nyo sa Meralco, matatagal yung antok mo. Yung bill ba sa Meralco nyo, parang na ano siya, no, na-accrue siya, na from February siya hanggang ngayon, no? So, malaki yung naging bill ng mga tao sa Meralco. Now, before I forget, no, I've already posted the mechanics for our acquaintance party, for our online acquaintance party. If it is your first time to watch us, we are going to have our online acquaintance party on September 12th, and we are going to have 4 contests. So we have your t-shirt design contest, my spoken poetry, and meron po tayong singing and TikTok dance. Okay? And now the mechanics and the criteria for judging are already posted in Guru Pinoy's page. There's going to be cash prizes. So you can join us po. If you want to join in a specific contest, then please go to that post. Pinost ko po siya just today, no? Yes, this morning or last night dito sa amin. So check nyo po yung post na yan at ilagay nyo po yung contest na gusto nyong salihan sa comment so that we can put you in the list of our contestants. So again, the mechanics and the criteria for judging are already there. Okay, in that post, it was just posted today. Okay, this morning sa inyo dyan. So i-check nyo po yan. Okay, that would be for September 12 in our online acquaintance party. Okay, now many of you are answering letter A. Okay, dito naman sa Facebook, yung iba ay letter C. You want to teach concepts, patterns, and abstractions. You will use direct instruction, problem solving, deductive method, or indirect instruction. Now remember, your direct instruction and deductive method, pareho po yan. Direct instruction is teacher-centered. So lecture itong ginagawa ni ma'am, no? Deductive method is almost the same. You start with the general, okay? You start with the rule, then you ask them for some examples. So you proceed with some examples with the specifics. The correct answer here would be letter D. Indirect instruction po if we are trying to teach concepts, patterns, and abstractions. Okay, ano naman sa direct instruction? You'd see that later in one of the questions. So indirect instruction would be the correct answer. It is learner-centered, hindi po siya teacher-centered. So wala masyadong lecture dito, facilitator lang si ma'am. But of course, the downside of this is that your indirect instruction would take up a lot of time. So pag kulang yung time, hindi siya ginagawa dahil matatapos siya sa mas mahabang oras kaysa sa direct instruction mo. Okay, so letter D is the correct answer. Mukhang nagka-genocide na naman. Okay, so letter D po ang tamang sagot. Genocide na naman dito sa YouTube. Okay, now we go to number 16. When you teach, you often engage yourself in brainstorming. Which do you avoid? Increase creativity, generate many ideas, break down barriers, selective involvement of pupils. Ligwak, sabi ni Sir Dexter Dan, Kabilangan Olivo. Okay lang po yan, Sir Dexter. Again, for those of you, I would like to encourage all of you to please join our online acquaintance party para maging masaya po tayo, no? Break naman sa lahat ng problemang dinudulot nitong pandemic na meron tayo. Okay, so we are going to have our online acquaintance party that's going to be on September 12. So join na po kayo. Look for our post and comment na po kayo doon kung saang contest gusto nyo pong sumali. Nandun na po yung ating mechanics and criteria for joining. Okay, karamihan sa inyo, yung sagot ay letter D. Okay, and that is the correct answer. Okay, selective involvement of pupils. When you are brainstorming, dapat you should avoid judging your students. Okay, do not judge your students. So dapat ini-increase mo yung creativity nila, generate mo many ideas, break down barriers. So even those students who are not willing to share at first, no, dapat ini-encourage mo sila, at of course dapat ina-avoid mo na maging selective sa inyong pupils. Okay, so that's the correct answer. Letter D ang tamang sagot. Letter D po for number 16. Now we go to number 17. To nurture creativity of learners, the teacher should be single-minded and all-powerful authority, a repository of knowledge with the right answer. Letter D, flexible in terms of time, pace, materials, techniques. Okay, so again, sali na po kayo. Sabi ni Ma'am Rabia, mag-watch lang siya. Okay, so again, sa ating pong online acquaintance party, we are going to have the t-shirt design. Nandun po yung ating t-shirt design na mechanics and criteria for judging. Meron din po tayong spoken poetry. Okay, so mga mahihilig sa hugot dyan, mag-prepare po kayo. Pwede po kahit anong topic. Pwede po kahit English or Filipino or combination. Nandun na din po yung ating criteria for judging. Of course, meron tayong singing contest, pwedeng a cappella, pwedeng may accompaniment. Dapat lang po ay free from vocals yung inyong accompaniment. And pwedeng English or Tagalog. Okay, now the last one would be the TikTok Dance Challenge. So pwede po kayong pumili ng kahit anong TikTok dance trends nandyan sa TikTok, or pwede din pong i-combine nyo. Okay, so yan po yung ating mga magiging contest on September 12. Okay, so sali na po kayo. Lagay nyo po yung, mag-comment po kayo dun sa post ko kagabi or post ko kanina, no? Kung saan po kayo gustong sumali. Ayan, si Ma'am Jerilyn Francisco, magkano pa premyo? I will announce later po. Sali na po kayo, palista na po kayo dun. Okay, so again, there is going to be cash prizes. Okay, so number 17, to nurture creativity of learners, the teacher should be, para maging creative ang ating learners, dapat hindi ka single-minded, dapat hindi ka all-powerful authority. All-powerful authority, letter C and B mo almost the same, repository of knowledge with the right answer ka. The correct answer, of course, is letter D, flexible in terms of time, pace, materials, and techniques. So letter D is the correct answer. Okay, so dapat flexible ka, wag mo silang pagtawanan, mag-a-adjust ka sa pace, materials, techniques na po pwede mong gamitin. Alright, 18. Direct instruction is for fact, rules, and actions, as indirect instruction is for, o bonus na to, nakita nyo na to kanina. Okay, sali na po kayo para masaya tayo. Alright, number 18. Direct instruction is for facts, rules, and actions, as indirect instruction is. Okay, na-mention na ito kanina, sa bonus na po ito sa inyo. Okay, and of course, you know that the correct answer here would be letter B. So, concept, patterns, and abstractions. Tandaan niyo po yan, lumalabas po yan sa LET. For direct instruction, you have facts, rules, and actions. Indirect instruction, you have concepts, patterns, and abstractions. Okay, so correct answer, letter B po for number 18. Now, number 19, you want to teach facts and rules. Which one will you make use of? You want to teach facts and rules. Which one will you make use of? Okay, so again, bonus na rin ito, no? Na-mention na rin ito a while ago. You want to teach facts and rules. Which one are you going to use? Direct instruction, self-directed learning, indirect instruction, celebrities model. This has been mentioned a while ago. Okay, the correct answer, of course, would be letter A. Letter A po yung tamang sagot. Letter A, direct instruction, is the correct answer. Yes, there's a question here. Pwede po ba dalawa yung salihan? Sabi ni Ma'am Elsie, pwede po. Okay, para po more chances of winning. Okay, so letter A, direct instruction, is the correct answer for number 19. Nandiyan na po siya sa ating question. Direct instruction is for facts and rules and actions. Facts, rules, and actions. Indirect instruction is for concept, patterns, abstractions. So your facts and rules, that will be letter A, direct instruction. Okay, now last question. What is the best way to develop math concepts? Okay, solving problems by using memorized formula, solving problems by applying learned formula, solving problems by looking for correct answers, learning math as applied to situations such as it's being a tool of science. Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for question number 20? Okay, so count nyo na yung inyong mga tamang sagot. It should have been 24 out of 40 is the passing score. So again, 24 out of 40 po is our passing score. Okay, so again, question number 20. What is the best way to develop math concepts? Solving problems by using memorized formula, solving problems by applying learned formula, solving problems by looking for correct answers, or learning math as applied to situations such as it's being a tool of science. Okay, the correct answer, of course, would be letter D. Tama yung letter D because this is already application. Application na po to, no? So learning math as applied to situations such as it's being a tool of science. So number 20 is the correct answer that we have, and that ends our discussion tonight. Please send me your scores, and we are going to have the closing prayer first. Again, we would like to thank Ma'am Eunice Carbajal for preparing our prayer tonight. Okay, Ma'am Eunice is our prayer leader, no, the one preparing our prayers on Sundays. On Sundays, na si Ma'am Eunice Carbajal, and of course Saturdays we have Pastor Efren. So maraming salamat po sa kanilang dalawa. And of course we end with a prayer tonight. Okay, so pangwakas na panalangin. Let's listen and let's pray as we thank everyone and we thank the Lord God, of course, for giving us this precious chance to learn together.
Isang panibagong araw na naman ang natutunan natin mula kay Ma'am Mek. Ma'am Mek, salamat po sa pagbabahagi ng inyong mga kaalaman at marami po kaming natutunan. Marami man ang naligwak o marami man sa amin ang nagkaroon ng pagkakamali. Sabi nga, sa pagkakamali tayo natututo. Kaya mas maigi na dito tayo natututo. Ngayon, bilang pagpapasalamat sa ngayong araw sa ating Panginoon na naglaan sa atin ng oras para sa araw na ito upang matuto, halina't ako'y samahan niyo muli sa panalangin. Panginoon, maraming salamat sa lahat. Salamat dahil marami po kaming natutunan at ginabayan niyo po kami ngayong araw para maunawaan ang mga item na mahirap at nagiging daan po ito para mas maging handa kami. Maraming salamat po sa buhay ni Mek na ginagamit niyo para kami matuto na sa kabila ng nasa ibang bansa siya, naglalaan pa rin po siya ng oras para tulungan kami sa nalalapit o sa susunod na taon na board exam. Muli, Panginoon, hinihiling po namin na ang bawat isa sa amin ay patuloy mong bigyan ng biyaya, pakaingatan sa pandemyang nagaganap sa buong mundo. Panginoon, sa iyo na po namin ipinapaubaya ang lahat ng bagay at sa bawat isa na nagiging bahagi ng gurong Pinoy, salamat po sa buhay nila na ginagamit nila para tumulong sa amin na naghahanda para sa board exam. We pray na hindi po maging sayang ang lahat na ito at magkaroon din po kami ng personal na disiplina sa aming mga buhay, sa aming personal na espasyo. Gawin po naming maayos at seryoso, Panginoon, ang pagre-review sa kabila, Panginoon, ng meron kaming trabaho, ang ilan sa amin, o wala man, Panginoon, ay mas lalo kaming magkaroon ng oras na mag-aral pa sa mga bagay na hindi pa namin na lalaman. At wag lamang, Panginoon, na mag-rely dahil sa board exam, Panginoon, hindi na namin siya kasama. Sa board exam, tanging kami na lang at ikaw, Panginoon, ang nandoon. Kaya turuan mo kami na matutunan ang mga bagay na mahalaga. This we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
All right, so again, we would like to thank Ma'am Eunice Carvajal for preparing our prayer, the opening prayer and the closing prayer for tonight's live stream, and of course, Pastor Efren on Saturdays. All right, so that ends our discussion tonight. Maraming salamat po sa inyong patuloy na suporta sa Gurong Pinoy, and of course, for trusting us in your preparation for the LET. Hangad po namin lahat. Sa Gurong Pinoy, ako po, ang aking pamilya at ang aking husband, of course, no, and studying Gurong Pinoy, that you all pass the LET this coming 2021 and that you can all become LPTs very soon, okay? So you are our first batch of our online Gurong Pinoy students and we look forward to your success in the near future, okay? But for now, we say goodbye and we'll see each other again on Saturday night, 7 p.m. still, on YouTube and also on Facebook. That's 7 p.m. Philippine time. Okay? So sa muli, ito pong inyong Gurong Pinoy na nagsasabing maliit man na butil ng kaalaman, ang dulo nito ay malaking kaginawaan. Maraming salamat po. Good night, stay safe, and God bless you all. Bye!